NPCs are just they're real persons. They 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 have their own personality, and some of them you really care for at the end of the game. Like Ari, I'm always a big Ari fan, and you know, yeah, she'll always have a special place in my gaming history because she was the first gaming character I really cared for. Um, but as well, I mean, Caldorn and people like that, they were so well written, and even after I played like Dragon Age, that what should be the spiritual successor, well, it's a great game, but it doesn't quite reach the level of Baldur's Gate 2. The only game that ever came close was Star Wars KOTOR, which I'm making a walkthrough of right now. That's also a fantastic game. Hmm. Um, I think I like the story in KOTOR better than I do in Baldur's Gate. Uh, and of course, the plot twist in the game is the best plot twist I've ever experienced in any game. It's just the first time I encountered that plot twist, I was like, good grief, what just happened? Um, and then you kind of it's like with those movies like The Sixth Sense, when you know what's happening and you watch it again, you notice all these little things, and it all fits. But I won't spoil anything because I know that my friend Variax is going to play it probably in the future, so I won't spoil anything because we'll probably watch this and he just has to play it. But yeah, that's also a great game. Um, and what I find important about games is that they have detail, that they emit this quality that that makes you want to immerse yourself into the experience. And there have been very few games who manage to do that. Um, Baldur's Gate 2, KOTOR, Divine Divinity, which is an awesome game as well, but I can't make a walkthrough of it because I can't record it. It's a strange problem, but it's an epic game, and yeah, that's just great. Aside from that, I'm not really a fan of Neverwinter Nights or something. These open-ended games like Oblivion and Morrowind, they are great, but they just don't have that storytelling quality that I'm looking for. I mean, I played a lot of Morrowind and I like it, but it's not a game that I'll remember for being like the greatest game ever because it just lacks that yeah, that storytelling element. So yeah, uh, genres. Well, role-playing games, of course, but I also play adventures, racing games, sports games. Uh, I tend to play every genre there is, especially, well, except for I'm not really into strategy games. I played a couple of them, like Battle for Middle Earth 1 and 2, and Age of Empires 2, Spellforce, which is also a great game. But no, I don't really have the patience for strategy games. And I don't really care much for first person shooters. No. I love third person shooters like Uncharted and Gears of War, Resident Evil 5, but first person shooters, no. I've never particularly cared for them. It's just not my thing. I don't know why. But no. And then there are addicting games, addictive games. Well, World of Warcraft, obviously. I played that a lot, like a year ago. Um, yeah, what game is addictive? Well, a lot of games are addictive. I mean, if I'm really into a game, which happens quite a lot, and I'll play it whenever I have the time, like The Witcher and Mass Effect 2 and all those games. I played them a lot when they were released, but they won't stick to me because I have this strange thing that I play a game for like days and then suddenly I stop and I don't want to play it anymore. And when that happens, I know this game is not a classic for me. It happened with The Witcher, it happened with Mass Effect 1, it happened with with Neverwinter Nights 2. It would have probably happened with Dragon Age were it not for the fact that I was making a walkthrough. Um, and well, a couple of other games. But for example, KOTOR, I never even dreamt of uh, of quitting while I was playing that game because it's just so awesome. So yeah, that's another question. Let me just yeah. Hmm. So yeah, that's basically my favorite. Those are my favorite games. Then there was a question about music. Which music do I enjoy? Well, I'm quite strange because I don't actively listen to music except on the radio and things like that, but I don't buy or download MP3s and I don't listen to it casually or something. No. But that said, I think music is extremely important, but it's mostly in games. A music can break or make a game. Um, in KOTOR, the music is fantastic. I mean, it's this Star Wars score by Williams that's just, yeah, so good. It's so epic, sweeping, and it makes the game. Without that musical score, it would have been so much worse. But it's there, and it makes the game awesome. In Baldur's Gate 2 as well, I mean, the music in some places, especially like the Bridge District and Joaquin's Promenade, the music there, yeah, it adds to the game. It enhances the atmosphere. It sets the tone of the game, and yeah, it's very important. I can become extremely nostalgic when I listen to music from games I played years ago. With, for example, Lost Eden, which is this, I'm sorry, very old game I made a walkthrough of on my channel. I, when I listen to that music, I can become extremely nostalgic because I played that game, what is it, 15 years ago? 15 years ago. And I still remember every element of that musical score. It's that good. It's made by Stéphane Pic, this Frenchman, and oh man, what a great musical score. Yeah, so music is important, but only in like my gaming part of my life. Then some personal questions because there were a couple of personal questions as well, like what do you do outside of making walkthroughs? Well, I don't have that. Well, I don't have a really busy life. I study. I study Dutch at a university, and that takes time, of course. I read books, not as many as I used to, but there's this fantasy series called The Sword of Truth